Yeah, glitch the guarantee. E&E. Put your boy shit. Glitch, nigga. Shit, I'm about to flood the streets like when the levees break. Criminal minds, my Garcia can navigate. Flowing while I'm blowing this gas. Nigga, no brakes. Niggas not seeing me ever. I mean, no dates. Fuck around and end up gone. You getting misplaced. E&E the shit that I claim. You dealing with grace. Took over the game by storm like Rain's mixtape. Thankfully, I've been up in smoke like my mixtape. Counting cheddar shit, I'm about to make a grilled cheese. Niggas be faker than bad bitches with good weeds. On my John Wick shit like Keanu Reeves. Replacements won't be enough, you need the whole team. I've been a G since I could finish my ABCs. Kept it a buck so real niggas look up to me. This butcher boy shit get crazy. When it's sick of me, I'm coughing out these dope bars till they sick of me.
Can't get rid of me, still can't find a remedy. Still blowing palmers, info comes to Hennessy. E&E, we own our shit independently. When I go out on a limb, I take extremities. I can see right through on transparency. Heard their self-esteem low, insecurities. Now or never, like glitch the guarantee. What's the recipe? King L's Reflection 3. All these chapters in my life, you can turn the page. Books can't tell you my story, gotta live a day. Glitch got my back, yeah, you can copy that. Man, we control the seat, you can copy that. Leave your whole state red like Republicans. Putting fire on the track, now it's bubbling. Butcher boys, E&E, you in trouble, kid. At first 100 mil, you can double it.
Let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Automatic nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Butcher boy shit, nigga, let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. It's automatic nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Butcher boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Blow sick, corona, jealous in the motherfucker. Can't even take a step, that's how far I trust you. This black boy turned to shining king under pressure. West side fat jacks, I took more to measure. Shave the extras, that's business, started feed. Street blues, what I talk, royal blood flowing free. Power on my mind, knows the gang is kind. Read between the lines, it was in my eye. If they ain't got real lines, it ain't hard to spot a counterfeit. Undefeated ultras, real firm, gully mountain shit. Couple hot shots, turn on the frozen margaritas. Even better when it's served with some flawless features. Next year they gotta pay for these flawless features. Flawless victories from the flaws that they teach us. Now my flow imitate how I board the plane non-stop. The little J gon' take over with my time side.
Yeah, I get right to it. My nigga, we beg your pardon. We putting niggas back in boxes. Yeah, they be harder. My flow be retarded. Sick, I need hella help. My groove came back. This must be how Stella felt. We just started kicking it like a yellow belt. We all made it to the pros. This is how LaMelo felt. You better yell out help. Here comes the double team. You catch me in the spot, then you know that the boy is clean. The Louis V look mean with the magazine. So if you try it, you get shot. No vaccine. If you asleep before I came, then I'm the caffeine. I pulled the jokers out the deck. Yeah, there ain't no laughing. In CEO fashion, we sticking to the business. Wouldn't even let a vegan knock me off my chick. Something about the VVS when the sun is hitting. Should be flashing like the lights when you getting
Let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Look. You already know what it is, man. Tap in and walk with us, man. We about to get to it. How many of y'all seen this movie, man? I had to watch it 2 times, man, just to make sure I ain't missed nothing.
E&E.
Tap in and walk with us, man. We about to get straight to it. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Yeah.
Put your boy shit.
Me and my pops touched on this last night.
Lost and
This is an extension. Y'all know how we do it, man.
We cool,
Tap in
nigga.
and walk with us, man.
This is the
Boogie
cool.
Major.
We on the rise now. Middle fingers in the sky now. Rolling haze, so we high now. How we ride now? All coops with the top down. And we listen in the top down. Trees got a whole pound. Real G's when we come round. Niggas know how it's going down. Yeah, we on the up, bitch. Real shit you should fuck with. E&E, throw it up shit.
And we stay ballin', like we sponsored by Spalding. Ball looking for the fall-in, soldiers all fall in. And we go all in, while we listening to all in. While you all talking, we smoking and coughing. Till we land in the coffin, glitching, nauseous. Yeah, stepping out office. Yeah, it is that bullshit. Kill him in vain, it's vanity. Yeah. Prove it again, it's insanity. Yeah. Nauseous a real vigilante. Yeah. Killing these kids is plan B. Yeah. Hood is too hot with an antifreeze. Yeah. Blowing on leaves in these planted trees. Okay. Don't break the code, this family. Okay. We cutting off legs like amputees. My flow is classic, antique. Yeah. Freaking the beat is it Japanese. Yeah. Ever our cook is a masterpiece. Yeah. When money talkers, we Guapanese. Okay. Fire and flame mixed with gasoline. Sick. Pass to my sons, that's a legacy. Sick. Study the gang, now they testing me. Yeah. They dropped the ball, man, that's incomplete. Beat them so bad, make them retreat. Yeah. All these gems you can retweet. Yeah. Play with your boys on repeat. You pay the price with your receipt. Yeah. Below $1 million, flipping it. Okay. Everyday noise get sickening. Trying to flip bills to trillions. Turning these good girls to villains. Lyrics is sick. Butcher with shit. E&E clip what we represent. Put it on wax like a candlestick. We moving units and measurements. Cooking it up in the lab. We just performing experiments. Since I'm the bomb atomic, these rappers out of my element.
We on the rise now. Middle fingers in the sky now. Rolling haze, so we high now. How we ride now? All coops with the top down. And we listen in the top down. Trees got a whole pound. Real G's when we come round. Niggas know how it's going down. Yeah, we on the up, bitch. Real shit you should fuck with. E&E, throw it up shit.
And we stay ballin', like we sponsored by Spalding. Ball looking for the fall in, soldiers all fall in. And we go all in, while we listening to all in. While you all talking, we smoking and coughing. Till we land in the coffin, glitching, nauseous. Yeah, stepping out office. Yeah, it is that bullshit.
Glitch, nigga, perfected my flow. If I'm on the track, then you know it's a go. The guarantee, nigga, and I guarantee treat the gas like the Clippers. You know I'm a choke. Only exotic when blowing the smoke. No one ahead of me. I got the recipe. Do this shit easily. This is my destiny. Sick throwing lobs. I'm dunking on everything. Niggas is sick, and I got the remedy. What I prescribe is extra artillery. Get in my zone and start going berserk. I'm feeling like Clay when he went off a 60. With the bullshit, swear to God you can miss me. Best friends with the money, Aaliyah and Missy. I come from the bottom. To try me is risky. Throwing this K like that bitch is a frisbee. Real talk. Let me lock in. Show these niggas what I do. Axe Rain, I'll be standing next to players too. Front line shit, nigga, I'm the fucking truth. Top 6 ever of the 5 in my group. Niggas still bang top down in the coop. Put your boy up and we coming for the loot. E&E shit, we the best, yeah, it's true. This the guarantee, nigga, this is what I do.
Yeah. What up? My brother Fly Town 614 in the building. My brother BJ, what's good? You know, we here. It's a beautiful thing. Tap in and walk with us, man. How many of y'all have seen this movie, man? Put a 11 in the chat if you just sit up here and seen this movie right here, man. Very ill movie, man. You know, definitely is a reflection of a lot of stuff me and my pops be talking about. I meant to text my pops, see if he's going to chime in, but hopefully he's going to chime in anyway. You know what I'm saying? He's been tapping in here lately on other shows, so it's a good chance that he might pop up in here tonight. You did? I'm talking about what's good with y'all, though, man? How y'all doing, man? How y'all feeling today on this beautiful day, you know? It's any other day to me, man, you know what I'm talking about? Right back to it tomorrow, back to the regular situation tomorrow, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. Yeah, me and my pops last night, you know what I'm saying? It was a powerful show last night, and it's kind of one of the main reasons why I'm Uncle Diggity was good. It's kind of one of the main reasons why I'm having this show. But I already had this show in mind before my pops even let me know about the show he wanted to do last night. You know what I'm saying? As far as the you know what I'm saying, the part 2 to the spiritual roots of the spirituality and naturality of man. We went to the naturality. We really dug into the naturality of man last night. You did. We really got into it. Should I say? I ain't gonna say we, because for real, it was mostly my pops. You know what I'm talking about? Mostly my pops got to it with that situation last night, with that topic of discussion last night. And I think he did a thorough breakdown of that too. That's why I say sometimes I just fall back and I just let my pops talk, because you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, he's more well versed to speak on certain things than I am. And if it ain't no need for me to add on or expound, then I won't. You know what I'm talking about? That's just, you know what I'm saying? You gotta fall back sometimes, you know what I mean? But yeah, though, man, last night was powerful, man. You know what I mean? And tonight, I wanted to talk about this movie. All right. Put an 11 in the chat if you've seen this movie. You know, so I had to watch this movie 2 times. Excuse me, I know I'm drinking my water. I had to watch this movie 2 times, man. You feel me? And this movie is very, very deep in the sense that they're not hiding this stuff anymore, y'all. Right? They're not hiding this stuff. They're not hiding the agenda, not sugarcoating it or any of that. They're being wide out in the open with it. They're not hiding it, not even a little bit. Put a number 11 in the chat if you have seen this movie. I said put a number 11 in the chat if you've seen this movie. Talk to me. Right? In the movie Talk to Me, where we saw a clear display of, if y'all remember, I occasionally speak on this, but I did a whole show on this as well too. Right? And I know y'all remember this, right? See, look, first thing come up, crystal balls, mirrors, rune stones, you know, burning candles, sage, the throwing stuff in the wishing well, crystals, you know, the magic pot, the cauldron, you know, all this stuff, man, with the gems and stones and precious stones, and you know, throwing stuff in the car, mirrors, all that stuff y'all hear me be talking about, burning sage, burning candles, looking in the crystal balls, talking to dead people, grave soaking. All this stuff is demonic, right? But y'all remember when I told y'all about the ancient art known as scrying, right? Y'all remember? Y'all remember when I was breaking down scrying to y'all? Scrying is way more than tell the future using a crystal ball or other reflective object or surface. There's way more to scrying than just that. Right? It's levels. You hear me? But y'all remember when I told y'all about scrying, right? Y'all remember when I told y'all about scrying? Right? Y'all remember that? So when we're talking about what we're talking about tonight, you know, scrying. You feel me? The whole thing with You know what I'm saying? With the whole theme of the movie Talk to Me. You know what I'm saying? That is scrying, right? To foretell the future, as well as to communicate with entities, spirits, demons from other dimensions, realities, right? Spirit realms, because there's more than one, right? All right, y'all gotta see this movie. This movie is ill, man. You hear me? And in this movie, all right. In this movie, this chick right here, I don't even remember what her damn name was. It don't even really matter for real, for real. But in this movie, this chick right here, right, her mother killed herself, right? She committed suicide for whatever reason. She committed suicide. You understand what I'm saying? But her and her friends somehow come across this object right here. This hand-looking thingy right here. Let me see if I can find a. Yeah, here we go, right here. Let me talk to me. See if I can find an image of it. This is a good image of it. All right. Oh, there we go, right there. All right. So in the movie Talk to Me, they were communicating with demons, right? Make no mistake, demons, through the conduit of this hand figure with all these different writings on it, incantations. You hear me? They had all these incantations on it. And these incantations, which when you look at this object, is different sayings and different, as you can see, different languages. It had different names written on it in different languages. And this object, this hand object, was a conduit, right, that could be used to not only communicate with demons, spirits from the spirit realm, other realities or dimensions, worlds, if you would, right? It also would allow for that, not only for that visible communication to actually see them, right? But you could also invoke them, right? Meaning that if you say the mere words, I let you in, right? Then this spirit, this entity, demon, would therefore, by your very own permission, be allowed to enter into your body. What do my pops always say? Pops always says, spirits cannot enter into this reality dimension, this world, this realm, from out of the spirit realm without a body legally. In order to legally enter into this reality, you need a body. Now, you don't need a body to interact with this reality, but to enter into, manifest, you need a body. Right? I promise I'm not trying to preach tonight. It's just when we're talking about such things, we're talking about such things. You need tap in and walk with me, man. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. This object, this hand with all these incantations in different languages of names of people who allegedly participated in this game they made out of, when actually this hand, this figure, is used as a conduit in connection with the flame. They did a little Riley dirty in that movie, man. You hear me? All right. They needed this flame from the candle, right? And they needed the hand figure with the incantations, right? In unison, or in working in unison with each other, create the vibrational, frequential environment, right? Coupled with the trauma of each person in the room, creates the perfect energetic environment for this connection to manifest or to be possible, right? And in this movie, this guy right here, his name is Riley. The entities targeted him because he was not only the youngest, but he was the one out of all of them who wasn't a virgin. This movie is ill, y'all. You hear me? Right? Y'all got to watch this movie. I'm going to find some scenes for y'all. Smash that like button. Click on the page. Subscribe. I said click on the page. Click on the bell. Subscribe to the page. You did? Right? Tap in, walk with us, y'all, man. All right?
Talk to me.
Huh? In order for these spirits to come into our reality, our dimension, our world, our realm, they need a body. Right? Now, you can interact with these entities and these demons and these spirits. You can interact with them, communicate with them. But in order for them to manifest, They need a body. Right? Now, how does the spirit legally enter into this reality through a body? How's that possible? They need your permission. If that's the case, just think about it, though. And this hard time we start having these conversations because this stuff is very real. Demonic possession is real, although there have not been that many full-on possessions, demonic possessions in recorded human history. There's been plenty of oppression, suppression, repression, regression. Y'all know what stages to possession, right? We're going to get into that here in a little bit. But there's levels to this stuff, y'all. There's been lots of all of that, but there's been very few full-out possessions, right? And in order for these entities to be able to enter into this reality, like what you just saw, as soon as she touched the hand and she said, what? What did she say? She said, talk to me. So that lets you know work. Things begin with first a thought, and then you have to speak it into existence. Letting y'all know the power of words and language. Language. This is why I tell y'all to study etymology. Right? Language is very powerful. That's why you're going to be held accountable for everything you ever said out of your mouth. Even if you thought it and didn't verbally, physically say it out your mouth, every thought has a vibration, which means it makes a sound. Right? So y'all think about that, man. So when you say, talk to me, that is singing out the vibration that transfers and travels beyond this reality. How many did y'all know that? Y'all remember my pops tell y'all that you have a natural voice and you have a spiritual voice, just like you have a natural eyes and you have spiritual eyes, natural ears, spiritual ears. These ears hear, not these ears hear, but these ears hear, these eyes hear. Hear, not hear, and not hear. You know? Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. You know what I'm talking about? So with that being said, you can interact with, but in order for them to manifest physically, illusory, holographic, physically, they need a body. Now you can interact with them through conduits like this hand thingy, Annabelle doll, which is a full possession. Artwork. I be telling people all the time, stop having them African masks and stuff around your house. That's part of the reason, bro. It's part of the reason, but there's more to it than that. You know, I think I did a show where I broke down why these people go after children. I can't remember what the name of that show was, but I'm pretty sure it was one of the series I was doing when they're coming for our children. All right? Which they are. But let's go back to this, man. I'm trying to break it up so I don't get no copyright stuff for it, man.
Hey, don't let go. Do not let go. I can't look at it. You don't have to look at it. You don't have to look at it. Just say it. I can't. Say it. I let you in.
I let you in.
I like this movie because, like I said, they're not even hiding this stuff no more. They're letting us know what the agenda is, who they are, and what exactly is they trying to do. They building all this stuff out here in CERN and all of that stuff. Sun Kiss was good, baby. All right. You know, they need your permission. They need your permission. That lets you know that you have power over these entities. The only power that they have over you is that which you acquiesce and comply to. All right? And we were talking about the naturality of man last night. We're going to continue next Sunday with the spirituality of man, the spiritual roots of the spirituality of man. We got into the naturality of man yesterday, which leads into what we're talking about tonight with this movie. In order for you to even begin to be presided over, to be oppressed, repressed, suppressed, oppressed, you hear me? You have to have permission. You have to have given permission to an entity or entities to have involvement and effect in your life. You have to give them permission to. And how do you do that? I often tell y'all that you don't do what you do because you have a demon. You have a demon because of what you do. Basically, it's all a choice, right? And the words spoken here are, I let you in, while holding on to the conduit, which is the bridge between our reality and their reality. And in order to legally enter into this reality, they not only do these entities need a body, but they have to get permission. Think about that, man. All right?
Someone coming? Got it. There you are.
All right? How many of y'all seen this movie, man? Shout out to my baby Sun Kiss in the building, man. She's still effing around with the coming up and effing around with really hitting my email so we can link up and do that show. Y'all sit up there and go subscribe to Sun Kiss. You did. You know. All right. Now pay attention to this scene as I'm breaking it up for a reason like that, right? You got to box cleverly, man. I can show y'all clips. I just can't play it straight out. I got to break it up, right? So as soon as she said, let me in, that ugly looking entity, demon, right? This is what she saw when she said, talk to me, right? This is a demon. This is a demon. I want y'all to understand that, right? What do I always tell y'all, man? Let me show y'all, right? Let me show y'all better than I can tell y'all. What's one of my favorite scriptures I always tell y'all about? All right. One of my favorite scriptures I always tell y'all about, right? And I know this to be true personally. All right, so I ain't just talking. Right? For the living know that they shall die. Notice it says shall die. It doesn't say will die, but they shall die. But the dead know not anything, neither have they any more a reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. All right. Pay attention to that, man. All right. Now, this lady right here, whoever this chick is, hold on, let me get the right one. My bad. I meant to pull something else up. Y'all. Smash that like button, y'all. Click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. All right. Now, whoever family member this is, ancestor, it's probably not hers. Just some demon, right? What they got to tell you, right? So when you're talking to dead folks, if y'all think y'all talking to your grandma, you think you're talking to your grandpa, your auntie, your mama, your daddy, your brother, your cousin, your friend, whoever the situation person may be, they are dead. They have nothing, no more of a reward to give you. They know nothing, right? Their flesh is gone. Their spirit returned to the source. Their soul is well. So if you are in incommunicado with any of your ancestors, I'm telling you right now, that ain't none of your granddad you talking to or talking to you. He's dead. The memory of him is forgotten. The only way you can have a conversation with someone who has returned back to the essence, the Most High, is if you are in spirit. And I'm not talking about this demonic ass, fraudulent, counterfeit stuff we watching on this movie clip right here. Y'all better understand there's levels to this stuff out here. Well, let's go.
I let you in.
I let you in.
Like I told y'all, man, these entities need your permission in order to enter into you or manifest in this reality through you. Understand that. They need your permission. They can't, if they could just do it, they would just do it. All right? You don't think the minions of LSD, you don't think if they could just invade in this reality and take it over, you don't think they just would do it if it was that easy? Need your permission, man. Remember, man, you don't do what you do because you have a demon. You have a demon because of what you do. All right? Talk to me.
Someone coming? Got it.
There you are.
See? And just like the Ouija board back in the day, they playing this stuff off like it's a game, man. Like it's a game, man. Oh, see, I told y'all what I tell y'all. What I tell y'all, man, you know what I'm saying? What I tell y'all, man, the Most High is beautiful and works in mysterious ways, man. But once you aware of certain things, are not so mysterious, man. My pops in the building. This is an extension from what we were talking about last night. Right? You understand? You know what I'm talking about? Right? Pay attention to this type stuff, y'all, man. You hear me? Y'all better pay attention to this type stuff, man. You know? Right? Right? OG, what up, man? Right? Huh? Now, you said that movie was creepy. It was, right? This movie is called Talk to Me. Talk to Me. I suggest y'all go watch it. Very intriguing, very informative. They're not hiding this stuff anymore. All right? They're all out with it. All right? And I suggest that y'all go watch this movie. It's very deep. It's on a Fire Stick. You know, it's not on Netflix or Hulu or any of that stuff. It's on a Fire Stick, though, on one of those apps. You know, you can watch the movies that just now coming out. Yeah, and it's definitely going to be a part 2 to this. It's one of those movies that's definitely going to have a part 2. All right. Now, I'll be sitting up here, me and my pops be sitting up here telling y'all about this stuff, man. You feel me? They ain't playing no games, man. You know? All right. So when they touch the hand thing, right? When they touch the little hand thing, it allows them to communicate with these demonic entities, right? And when they utter the words, "I let you in," it allows the entity to therefore enter into this reality realm world, if you would, because they basically gave the entity permission to do so. But if y'all paid attention, the whole time their hand is locked with that hand figure object. That is the conduit. Once they break the tie, they break the connection. But if they keep held too long, understand what I'm saying, y'all, walk with me. If they keep holding on to the conduit, the hand fingering with all the incantations and stuff written on it, it can cause or it can lead to a full-on possession. Right? If y'all watch this movie, y'all pay attention, they timed it. They wouldn't allow nobody to stay connected for longer than 60 seconds. Right? 60 seconds. Y'all remember where the 60 seconds, 60 minutes in the day and all that stuff come from the Gregories, the Gregory demons, the Watchers, the Nephilim, the sons of daughter who came into the sons of God who came into the daughters of men. Y'all better, man, listen, man. I'm sitting here trying to tell y'all, man. Let me put this back up there so just to put it in perspective for y'all. You feel me? For the living know that they shall die. The living know that they shall die. They don't know that they will die, but they know that they shall die. What is it talking about? The living knows that what shall die? The flesh. They know that it shall die. Or should they know? They know the flesh will die, but they know that the spirit shall die. Or, doesn't die. I go back to the source. So when they say they know that they shall die, they're talking about the flesh. But the dead know not anything. Neither have they any more of a reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. I want y'all to understand how powerful those words is right there, man. Exactly, Pops. Exactly. Right? Smash that like button. Y'all click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. You know? Tap in and walk with us, man. You did. Smash that like button, click on the bell, and subscribe to the page, man. You know, stuff get tragic now. I be tapping in with my brethren, right? Larry Gators, right? And as a little bit of an extension of what me and my pops was talking about last night, right? With the spiritual roots of the spirituality and the naturality of man. We got kind of more into the naturality of man last night, and next week we're going to get more into the spirituality. But I want y'all to understand it, and the reason why I'm doing this show, because that leads in to the themes of this movie. We dealing with the naturality and the spirituality all in this movie right here. All right. Now we're dealing with the naturality right now, even at this point in the movie, because or not even right now, but this movie is dealing with the natural and spiritual aspects of man, right? And when it comes to this movie, it's dealing with demonic possession. And it just got me to thinking, because I was listening to what some of the homie Gators was saying, there's levels to possession. How many of y'all did y'all know that? I don't know how long you've been watching or listening in, Pops, but I'll just sit here and broke down that there's levels to possession, man. How many of y'all knew that? For one, possession doesn't happen until all 7 stages have been completed. But in order to even get it initiated, the entity has to have your permission to do so. And a lot of y'all don't realize that it's definitely levels, OG. It's definitely levels. A lot of y'all don't realize that these entities, these demons, they are generational. Remember, their energy, my man Knowledge God 13 TV in the building, they are energy, spirit in their essence, but they're distorted, imbalanced awareness. Distorted, imbalanced frequency or spirit, evil spirit. Right? Exactly, OG. And like I tell y'all, there have been very few full possessions in recorded human history. Very few. That stuff that they doing at the Vatican, they're not dealing with possessed people. They're dealing with oppressed people, regressed people, suppressed people, oppressed people. You understand what I'm saying? But possessed, if I can recall, there's only one who dealt with full-out possessions in recorded history. See, if you didn't know there was levels to becoming fully on possessed, you wouldn't even know that. Put a number 11 in the chat if you knew that there was levels to possession, stages to possession, right? And this movie got me to thinking about something I was listening to when I was listening to my brother Larry Gators, which I'm about to share with y'all. And the reason why I rock with Gators, because as long as you using context in this proper, as long as you using his content in this proper context, he don't give a damn who uses his content. He ain't gonna flag you. Now, if you use it in a nefarious way, then I'm pretty sure he gonna get at you, like how I'm pretty sure I would if you did it to me. You know what I'm saying? But I want to ask a question. How many of y'all knew or know that there's levels to possession? Put in the number 11, put an 11 in the chat if you knew that. Put a number 12 if you did not. And I'm gonna open up the panel here too. Right? XL Pro, what it do, man? Right? Okay, Sun Kid said she know. OG said he know. I ain't surprised about that. Right? There's levels to this, man. Just like there's levels to everything. I want y'all to know that, man. Levels to this stuff, man. Tap in, walk with us. My nigga Uncle Diggity said 12. Oh, you ain't know Uncle Diggity? My brother, my brother. That's why you got your brother to let you know to put you up on game, brother. All right? Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. Sharing and social engineering, man. Hey, man, hit that cash app, man. Yeah. Hit that. We monetize over here, man. Hit that green dot, man. Hit that money sign and contribute to the situation. You know what I'm talking about? Join the show. You did become a member. You did. This is my brother Larry Gators right here, man. Tap in, walk with us. He gonna break it down. Let's go.
You see, to the world of Christendom or the kingdom of heaven, the Protestant system thinks that this is crazy because they are not apostolistical. They're not apostolic from the kingdom of God. Christ said, if I do cast out devils by the finger of God, Antarctica, the cell of the fallen angels, identify. You don't say demon come out. You have to be taught how to properly diagnose the problem. The Holy Spirit just spoke to me and said, keep a marker there in Matthew 12:29 and matriculate going forward to Matthew 17. I'm laying foundation. Matthew 17, verse 15. Lord Yahweh, have mercy on my son, for he is lunatic. Lunar calendar. Tick means to agitate. This is a seasonal demon who comes in different times of a year. If the individual was raped and sodomized or rejected during what the deep state calls Christmas, that demon comes back during that season. This young man had a lunatic or a seasonal demon. Lunatic, lunar moon, lunar calendar. So lunatic in Matthew 17, verse 15, and he's vexed. Now, the father did not say that my son was possessed.
Stop. And this is why I tell y'all to study etymology. Notice to the language in the scriptures. He was vexed. He wasn't possessed. He was vexed. Right? What does vexed mean? Annoyed, frustrated, agitated. That's what vexed means. So think about when somebody says something and it makes somebody else feel some type of way or it causes a certain reaction. You are triggering, agitating, vexing the entity within that person, which is presiding over or housing that spirit of jealousy, that spirit of homosexuality, that spirit of molestation, the spirit of snitching. It's not moon cycles stir up energies in individuals. It's the moon agitates, activates through your R complex, which is the conduit, the generational demons attached to your bloodline. That's what happens. That's why the thing was why you said you're a lunatic, right? Yeah. I'm about to get to that, Pops. Right? Now listen to my homie Gators, man.
The disciples misdiagnosed the problem. There's a threefold tier of apostolic healing. Number one, you are healed physically. Number two, you are cured emotionally. And number three, you are spiritually made whole. Now, in verse 15 of Matthew 17:15, I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not cure him.
Notice the difference between being cured, being healed, and being made whole. right? Understand that there's a difference between the three, y'all. It's a difference between being healed, being cured, and being made whole. How many of y'all knew that? Let's go.
Because the 12 misdiagnosed the problem. In other words, this young man's, and this was a young boy. Now, under Jewish law, in the Jewish law of tradition, the term boy represents a young man 12 years old or older.
Understand that, y'all.
His problem was not physical, that he needed to be healed. Neither was his problem spiritual, that he needed to be made whole. His problem was emotional.
His problem, man, this is, And this is how these entities are able to interact with us and sync and link with us, and through various conduits, they can, after certain levels and stages have been completed, possess us, right? But through that trauma that we haven't cured, that has not been cured, which is emotional, we all have our certain levels of epigenetically passed down trauma, emotional trauma, which is possible because we all have an R complex. And through the R complex, coupled with emotional, human, epigenetically passed down trauma, creates, let's say, a conduit. Let's say it creates a receptor, if you would, that syncs and links us to the hive mind collective of Lucifer, Satan, the devil, and his minions. And being that we are spirit in our nature, just like they are, although from different spectrums, right? Due to this connection through our R complex, coupled with our trauma, our epigenetically passed down human trauma, there is a conduit, porthole, gateway that can happen to sync and link us with them, or them with us. Our world to their world to our world. And that's what the movie Talk to Me was all about. I tell y'all, they're not hiding this stuff anymore. They're putting it right in our face. And this is what Gators is breaking down. Tap in and walk with us. Y'all smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. We're about to open up the panel here in a second, man.
So the Father said, your disciples could not cure him. Of course they could not, because his problem was not physical nor spiritual, it was emotional. Christ says, bring him to me. Now look at verse 18. Yeshua rebuked or corrected the devil. And he, the devil, departed out of him. The child was what?
Made whole.
Cured.
Cured.
Wait a minute now.
Yeah, the child was cured.
Now, according to Josephus, the New Testament historian, through his 2-volume set, The Antiquity of the Jews, this young man in Matthew 17 was 21 years old.
So, right. Exactly, Pops. Right. Now, when we're thinking about the movie Talk to Me, right? And when y'all watch that movie, y'all gonna see it's a character in there. His name is Riley. He's the young boy. And when the black girl, I can't remember what her name was, due to her emotional trauma that she been through, she recently has went through the trauma of her mother committing suicide, which made her more susceptible because she had a lot of trauma in her family's bloodline. Her mom and dad was divorced. Her mom committed suicide and blah, blah, ski. Lots of trauma. Lots of trauma equals to gateways for these entities to interact with you and possibly sync and link with you. So it ain't no mistake that she found herself led to this game that they're playing called Talk to Me, where they use the conduit of this hand with these incantations written on it, which is the bridge that could link and sync our world to their world, allowing them to interact with us, and with our permission, allowing them to manifest within us. Right? And when the black girl did it the one time, right, she held on a little too long because she saw her mother, or what she thought was her mother. The dead know not anything. And when y'all watch that movie, what y'all going to find out is that the entity which she thought was her mother was actually not her mother. It was a demon tricking her into thinking it was her mother, so she could do what the entities wanted her to do, right? Which is continue to get more people to play the game. But in order to do that, she would have to be what? Dead. So these entities will trick you into killing you. So understand that if a person kills themselves, that is the spirit of suicide, which is a demon, right? Understand that. If someone you know committed suicide, that means they had demons presiding over them. They were not possessed. They were at the last level, oppressed. Very few possessions in human history recorded, man. Understand. What you mean by that, Dad? There's a D. What you mean by that? Right.
But Pastor Sam, the scripture said,
and in the movie Talk to Me, all these people, it put on display that we all have our specific levels of trauma we have experienced through our family. All of our families has trauma within them, right? And due to our R complex, our reptilian complex, which is the oldest part of our brain, we have a permanent connection to these entities biologically, which allows them to interact with us. But in order to manifest within us, we have to give them permission. So, which is why I always say, you don't have a demon because of what you do, or you don't do what you do because you have a demon. You have a demon because of what you do, meaning what you choose to do. And that's what the movie Talk to Me was all about. Like I said, they're not even hiding this stuff anymore. Let's go.
In Matthew 17, verse 18, the child was killed.
Right. And understand when these incidents, notice what Gators just said.
Could not cure him. Of course they could not, because his problem was not physical nor spiritual, it was emotional.
And this is how these entities are able to continuously interact with us. It's through our emotions, epigenetically passed down human emotional trauma. It's a very low, dense, vibrating energy. It's the very energy that these entities thrive off of. It is their energetic sustenance, their food, so to speak. Right? Let's go.
Christ says, bring him to me. Now look at verse 18. Yeshua rebuked or corrected the devil, and he, the devil, departed out of him. The child was what? Cured. Wait a minute now. Now, according to Josephus, the New Testament historian, through his 2-volume set, The Antiquity of the Jews, this young man in Matthew 17 was 21 years old.
Pay attention, y'all. He was 21 years old, but yet the child in him was cured. So when it said the child was cured, it was talking about the child within him, which is why I say we always have to revert back to our childhood, because that's where everything stems from. So when the child in him is cured, it's talking about the child within. At that point where you experience severe trauma emotionally. This is where the term arrested development comes from. Exactly. Right. So understand, it's a lot of us running around with childhood trauma. Right? And through this childhood trauma never being cured emotionally, therefore not allowing us to heal physically, which is going to totally prevent us from being made whole spiritually. So, in reference to the movie Talk to Me, and when you think about such movies, notice how they always have children as ghosts, or what you would call ghosts or demons, right? You have to first cure the child in you emotionally. And this uncured child within us, because most of this trauma happened when we were a child, the trauma of being born into this reality, that's where it starts. Right? Understand that that is the energetic connection that has been illusory, holographically grafted into our very physiology, biology, illusory, holographic in its nature. This is what allows these entities to interact with us, because that's the common connection through their father, Lucifer, Satan, the devil, when he mendenhalled Eve from the bike. Getting a little bit deep, huh? Right? Most High has to reveal this to you, man. This ain't no stuff you just gonna wake up one of these days and just, oh, I get it now. Like, nah. It don't happen like that. Let's go.
But Pastor Sam, the scripture said in Matthew 17, verse 18, the child was cured. Though he's 21, but his childhood was cured.
So just like in the movie Talk to Me, Notice they went for Riley, who's the youngest. Notice when the entity who was perping like it was the girl's mother was applying to her, or was appealing to the child in her. Right? Pay attention to that. Right? These entities, they appeal to your unhealed, passed down epigenetic trauma, which stems in your childhood. Right? So understand, it's your childlike nature. Now, people, what I'm about to say to y'all, Pops, this is powerful, Pops, what I'm about to say. Everything the Most High creates in fairness and balance, the LSD has created a counterfeit for it, right? So just like in order to understand the mind of the Most High and understand what it's like to be born again, you must be what? Become like a child. On the contrary, these entities, these demons, appeal to the childhood or unhealed, or should I say uncured child trauma in order to create a connection with you to be able to somehow, with your permission, manifest in this reality through you. It appeals to the child, the uncured child in you. And when I seen this movie talk to me, and I'm just sitting here like, man, that is not even high in this stuff no more. Did you hear what I just said, Pops? That's a revelation for y'all right there, man. It ain't even Sunday, it's Monday. This is how it's come every day, all day, right? The entities, devils, demons, they appeal to the child in you, the unhealed child trauma, right? But on the contrary, in order for you to basically enter into heaven and even understand the mind of the Most High, you must become like a child and be born again. Powerful. That's powerful. And that's what I'll be talking about, or my pops be talking about, or the scriptures is saying when it says that Lucifer, Satan, the devil wanted to be like the Most High. So much so that when cast out, after do everything in the inverse. Now that's powerful right there, man. All right. So just think about it though, man. You hear me? You feel me? When they and the reason why I'm showing it, the reason why I'm having this show tonight is because, like I say, when they put movies like Talk to Me out for us to see, that lets me know that they are not hiding this agenda anymore. They used to be hiding this for a long time, man. You know, they used to be hiding it in plain sight through signs and symbols and imagery and stuff like that. But see, now, Pops, they ain't even hiding. They're being outright blatant with this stuff. You know? So they're going to be outright blatant with what they be outright and blatant with. It's only right that we be outright with exposing them. Right? You know, let's go.
Though one may be 30, 40, 50, 80, 100, but emotionally they're 5, they're 10, they are 16. That's where the trauma, the rape, the rejection took place. In apostolic clinical psychology, Christ-centered clinical psychologists have been teaching for years the concept of a child's personality, that it's formed as early as the age of 5 and as late as the age of 13. We call this the age of directives. A lot of you who are 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 90 years old, but emotionally you're 5, you're 10. That's why many times that childhood seeps into your marriage. Thank you, Pastor Sippy.
Yeah, Arrested Development. Yeah. All of these movies do. Think about all the movies from back in the day. Poltergeist, Drop Dead Fred. Huh? The one movie with Bruce Willis, man. I See Dead People. Right? The name of the movie is just leaving me right now for some reason. I don't know why, but that movie. Childhood trauma, right? And through this trauma gained in the childhood, right? This is how The Sixth Sense. Yes, my man OG coming through. Yeah. And that's what allows these entities to stay attached to your bloodline. Then they become generational, and you pass these demons down to your children, right? Exactly, because it all starts in childhood, right? And that trauma is the very thing that connects us to these entities, right? Y'all got to think, man. We all have a R complex. Right. And this is the very thing that we have biologically, physiologically. This is what connects us to the mind, the hive mind collective, if you would, of LSD, Lucifer, Satan, the devil. The Most High didn't put this in didn't create this. Let me take Gators off the screen for a second, man. Hit that like button, y'all. Click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. Right? This don't come from the Most High right here, man. The Most High didn't create the reptilian complex or the limbic system or the neocortex. Right? So how did it get there? Manipulation. Right? This reptilian complex, which is the oldest part of the brain, right? This whole structure right here, right? This blue area, this orange area, this little thing right here, that's the pineal gland, amygdala, medulla oblongata. You feel me? All of that right here. You got the limbic system right here. This is what they call the blood-brain barrier. All right. You know, this is what locks us into the hive mind, collective mind of Lucifer, Satan, the devil, the reptilian complex. This is where we get that me, mine, flight or flight, hierarchical structures, right? Which is an inversion of the natural structure of things that the Most High set into place, right? No, a lot of this stuff can get confusing, man. But this is how these entities are able to interact with us. Notice the difference between interacting and manifesting within. Interacting with and manifesting within is two different things, not the same thing. Right? In order to manifest in this reality, like my pops always says, these entities need a body legally, and what makes it legal, not only do they need a body, but they have to get permission. So don't you think if these entities could just jump into anybody that they wanted to, they would? So how do you give permission, right? Your trauma. How is your trauma giving you? How are you through your trauma? You're giving unwitting permission because you have an R complex, which connects to it connects you illusory holographic. You know, it connects you energetically, illusory holographically. You understand me? Right? But energetically wise, right? This is what's syncing and linking you to the hive mind. So through your trauma that you have experienced, like I said, from one being born into this reality, right? And then anything experienced as a result thereof, not to mention the familiar epigenetic trauma that is being passed down to you, right? This is what is the very thing that makes it possible for these entities to interact with you when you enter into this reality, right? Remember I told them, and this is why I keep telling y'all, man, they cannot create. They cannot create. They have to mimic, copy, duplicate, manufacture, manipulate, imitate. Do you understand? This is why they want to genetically modify us. This is why they want to make us synthetic. Right? They want to completely bypass the limbic and the neocortex system and make it, you hear me? They want to forever cut us off from the source. Y'all better understand what's going on, man. Suckit said the movie Falling with Denzel Washington. Yeah, that's a dope movie too. Right? Tap in and walk with me, man. How many of y'all know that y'all got a part in y'all's brain, which is the oldest part of our brain, called the R complex? How many of y'all knew that? Put a number 11 in the chat.
Childhood seeps on your job. That childhood seeps into. So you're not born to be possessed. You can only be possessed if you give that demon legal ground through regression.
One, I want y'all to write this down too, man. I want y'all to write this down. Stages to full out possession, man. And I'll say this, and I want y'all to know this because a lot of people don't understand this. They don't think this. They think that when somebody they mistake somebody being presided over with being possessed of or possessed by. You understand what I'm saying? It's a huge difference, y'all.
Repression, suppression, depression, oppression, oppression, or obsession, then possession. Wait a minute now. But you're not possessed unless you are obsessed. And you're not obsessed unless you are oppressed. And you can never become oppressed if you are depressed. And depression doesn't happen if you allow a demon to suppress you through the paradigm of repression that begins with the door of regression.
It needs your permission. And they can interact with you, but in order to manifest within you, they need your permission. But it's stages to this. So you can have an entity presiding over you, but manifesting within you, oh, that's a whole entire different thing. Most people don't make it to full out possession because what ended up happening in the process. Watch the movie, talk to me. See, the entity doesn't have to fully possess you in order to trick you into killing yourself, doing something not according to your own will or to the will of the Most High. Exactly. My pops say, but every movie made that shows spirits always uses a human body to make. Yes, exactly. You need a body, man.
Regression, suppression, regression. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Regression.
Regression.
Repression.
Repression. Number two. Number one, regression. Number two, repression.
Suppression.
Number three, suppression.
Depression.
Number four, depression. So before you become depressed, you have to be suppressed, repressed, and regressed. Understand there's levels to this stuff, man. You don't just get depressed. Stage one, regression. Stage two, repression. Stage three, suppression. Stage four, depression.
Oppression.
Oppression.
Obsession.
Obsession 6.
Then possession.
Possession, full possession, number 7. Because like I say, y'all, man, if these entities could just come in you and just take over you, they just do it. They can't just do it, just outright do it. That's the case, they would. You know. Notice Gator said legally. My pops tells us, like my pop, that just bring confirmation of what my pops be saying. Just, to enter into this realm world reality legally, these entities need a body. They need permission.
A wizard spirit. These are demons who had different functionalities. There is regression.
Right. Hold on.
Just foods, but your past. Now go back to the body of the text, Matthew 12. These are demons who had different functionalities. There is regression, repression, suppression, depression, OPP, oppression, obsession, obsession. Then there's possession.
All right, understand, man. Understand, man. You hear me? They can't just... Exactly. And understand this, man. They don't need to fully possess you to do it. They could be merely suppressing you. Oh, nah, he ain't on my show. I'm showing this is Gators content. Y'all could go check Gators out, man. Y'all could go check Larry Gators out on YouTube, man. He go in on every Tuesday and Thursdays. You know. Very, very intelligent, well-researched guy. I got my misgivings I got with Brother Gevers. If I had a conversation with him, and some things I would like to ask him about. But for the most part, you know, he's a good guy. Only time will tell. Right? Yeah. There's levels to this stuff, man. And like I said, they're not hiding this stuff anymore. They never was really hiding it. Like they hid it in plain sight. Right? But now it's just outright blatant in the open with it. They're not hiding this stuff at all. Right? And they selling it to us like it's cool. Right? It's cool. You know, through the music and everything else, you know. And like I tell y'all, there's levels to this stuff, man. You know, and like I always tell y'all, man, you don't do what you do because you have a demon. You have a demon because of what you do. All right? Meaning you have a choice. You choose to allow these entities to preside over you via your childhood unhealed, uncured, your uncured, emotional, epigenetically passed down childhood trauma. We never address this stuff. So we take it on to adulthood, then it manifests in its various forms, which allows and continues to hold the bond for these entities to stay attached to our bloodline or frequency. The sins of the parents will visit the children. So that's why it is our utmost duty to, one, be made aware of and be able to identify what are generational demons that are attached to our individual bloodline as well as our human family bloodline. One. Two, go through the necessary process to be able to properly cut their goddamn heads off and send them back to where they came. Huh? You hear me, Pops? And ain't no runestones, praying to the Oshiras, Oshans, pouring libations, crystals, incantations, libations, ancestors, spiritual realm, ancestral realm. None of that stuff's going to get it. Right? And just like it's levels to this stuff, it's levels to these entities. Right? There's more than one world. Like I say, y'all, we're just being made aware of the rulers of darkness of this world. The inversion of the earth. We don't know nothing, damn near anything about the rulers of darkness from other worlds. But yet and still, in my city of Columbus, Ohio, we have a building facility called Otherworld. Y'all remember when I did the show on Otherworld? Right? And even within this reality, right, we still have the ability to choose. These entities don't have an ability to choose. They are what they are. Right? Which is why they want to sync and link with us to get us operating on a low vibrating level energetically so they can siphon off of us and somehow be able to interact in this reality. Right? Like I said, we're just now being made aware of the rulers of darkness of this world. We don't even know about the rulers of darkness of other worlds. And when you watch movies like Endgame and, you know, all the Marvel movies, this is a depiction of that. You know. What y'all know about the rulers of darkness from other worlds? Huh? I'm gonna sit up here and do this real quick. It's Labor Day, man. Like I said, we don't celebrate none of them days over here, man. We definitely appreciate the day off, though. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got the day off, paid day off. You did. I just dropped the link, man. If any of y'all want to come on up, man, and speak your piece, add on to this, ask a question, challenge, whatever the situation may be, you know you're more than welcome to do that. The link is right there. Come up and see me. My man Gators, man. Like I said, I got some questions for Gators, man. But for the most part, you know, his information, you know, his research is impeccable.
So you're not born to be possessed.
We were not created in the image of the Most High to be possessed by anything to do with LSD. Understand that, which is why we've been given certain authority and power. Right?
You can only be possessed if you give that demon legal ground through regression, repression, suppression, depression, oppression, oppression, or obsession, then possession. Wait a minute now. But you're not possessed unless you are obsessed. And you're not obsessed unless you are oppressed. And you can never become oppressed if you are depressed and depression doesn't happen, if you allow a demon to suppress you through the paradigm of repression that begins with the door of regression.
Regression, childlike state, arrested development, epigenetically passed down childhood trauma, because this is where this starts when we're children. And I'll just explain to y'all where the connection comes from. Where does the connection come from? Right? Where does the connection come from? What is the conduit, the connection that allows for this to happen? What does it stem from? What is it? It's the R complex. It's the R complex. How did we get an R complex? God, Most High, didn't design us with a reptilian complex. Where did it come from? Where did this reptilian complex come from? Because remember, man, Adam and Eve were created in the image, or should I say Adam was created in the image of the Most High in spirit. Formed him, right, after after creating him in spirit and then forming him with the dust of the earth, what happened next? Y'all pastors and preachers and shamans and stuff ain't gonna break this stuff down like this, man. After being created in spirit, keep in mind in the image and likeness, being formed like image in spirit, spirit body, spirit man, spiritual roots of man versus the natural roots. After being created in spirit, the image, and then formed through the dust of the earth, likeness. Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, y'all see what my pop said. But due to this connection, and this is where me and my pops come in together at, right? But due to this connection right here, this is what allows for the sins of the father, parents, mother, father. This what allows for the potentiality for the sins to be not so much as passed down, but to be how can I say, acquired through this connection right here. Like I say, you don't have a demon because of what you because of what you do or what you don't. You don't have a demon because, you know what I'm saying, you don't do what you do because you have a demon. You have a demon because of what you do, what you choose to do, right? This is why the structure of God, man, woman, child was put into place, knowing that coming through this reality, through this process, right, in order for the sins of the fathers, for you to be made aware of that you have the ability to make your own decision and you're responsible for your mistake, you have to be made aware of that, which means your father will have to teach you that. Right? Understand, man. There's proper structure and order to everything, man. You know? Yeah, man. Let me pull this up real quick. Right, and notice what I said too. No, it's not me to say. Actually, I got this from my man Guru. But notice I said that the sins of the parents will visit the children. Right. That don't mean they gotta stay. And that's why I always say when you become an adult, when you become made aware of certain things, it is your responsibility to heal. Right. It's your responsibility to cure the emotional child in you so you can heal, right, yourself physically, right? And once you do that, you can be made whole spiritually. How do you become made whole spiritually? Like I say, it ain't no talking to your ancestors. Ancestors ain't gonna get it. They're dead. The memory of them is forgotten. They have nothing more of a reward to give. They know nothing. Right. So it ain't gonna be none of that. It ain't gonna be no spiritual ancestral guidance that's gonna get you there. It ain't gonna be pouring no libations, burning no sage, candles, incense. It ain't gonna be rune stones, precious stones, crystals, incantations, sex magic with a K, magic rituals or practices. None of that stuff is going to get it. It doesn't even vibrate at the frequency needed to go beyond the constructs of this reality. Right? But you got to understand, when you dealing in such things, you got to understand what you opening yourself up to. Like I say, we just now becoming aware of the rulers of darkness of this world, and we don't even know about the rulers of darkness of other world, what they're capable of. Right? But it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Once you realize who you are. Now, how you go about doing that, like my pop said, man, demons can trick you, man. What Pop say earlier, man? What did you just say? Yep. Demons can also use your tongue to talk and communicate with other demons. You did. You know, something I had just discovered not too long ago. You know, you gotta understand there's levels to this stuff out here, man. It's not just the actual, it's war going on many levels out here, man. You dig? There's war going on many levels. All right. Now the thing is, all right. The thing is, The thing is, are you willing to go through the proper procedures and things you have to do to be able to be fully prepared to deal with things on a spiritual level? And that's up to y'all. But I'm going to tell you one thing for sure, two things for certain. What I can tell you, all of that stuff that I said, all the stuff I just mentioned, that we being led to think is what can help us get there. All this stuff that we're being tricked into thinking is what is not. All right. None of that stuff is going to get it for you. All right. You did. You understand? Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. You know. Yeah, man. You know, I know this is a sensitive subject, man, but when I seen this movie, man, it just you know what I mean? It just made me want to speak on this in a different aspect. You feel me? It made me want to really break this thing down because, you know what I'm saying, there's levels to this stuff, man. You know what I mean? You know, there's levels to this stuff, man. You know, maybe one of these days I'll break down them 7 stages a little bit more in depth, man, and go a little bit further. You understand what I'm saying? Into the regression. You know what I'm saying? You know, maybe I could break that down on a step-by-step basis a little bit more in depth. You know. Thanks to everybody for coming out, man. Nobody gonna hit the link. We about to go ahead and shut it down. I think I pretty much said everything I had to say concerning this situation. You did. Appreciate everybody coming out, man. Like I always say, man, y'all could have been anywhere in the world, man. All right, anywhere in the world, y'all could have been, man. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all right here with me, man. I appreciate that, man. Listen here, man. Don't ever get it twisted. All right. I appreciate it, y'all. Shout out to my pops for coming through. Pops, I swear I talked you up. I talked you up, Pops. I said my pops gonna come through. I think he been tapping in lately. I wouldn't be surprised if he popped up and you popped up in the chat, and it's beautiful. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everybody stopping through. You know, appreciate everybody showing their love and their support. Y'all know we over here grinding and growing. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. Sharing Social Engineering. Go ahead and hit that Patreon up, man. I'm telling you, man, me and Elle, we about to throw some exclusive content on this Patreon. We're going to have live recording sessions when we do this music. Stuff y'all ain't going to have access to. It's just too hot for YouTube, man. You know what I'm saying? It's too hot for YouTube, man. You know? So we're going to go to that Patreon, man. Tap in, walk with us. Shout out to my pops, man. Next Sunday, we're going to have part 2. The spiritual roots. Right? Sundays, the spiritual roots of spiritual man and the natural man. You know, we're going to get a little bit more in depth on it from what we're talking about tonight. You did. Appreciate y'all coming out, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me, man, and I appreciate that, man. Not take that for granted. You know, tomorrow, probably not going to have a show tomorrow. You know, I'm going to be honest with y'all, man. I'm going to be real busy tomorrow. I got some things I got to do all day, but we're going to be right back at it on Wednesday. You did Wednesday. You feel me? Me and my brethren, King Els, definitely getting straight to it. You did. We're going to have a live listening party this Wednesday at 8:30. A Real Talk Podcast live. Tap in, walk with us. We will be having a live listening party session. Y'all know how we do it over here. We will have a live listening party from our brother King L's new classic album, already classic album he just dropped. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull it up for y'all. You know what I mean? We're going to have a listening party from our brother King L's new album. You know what I'm saying? The vibe, trill vibe music. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to get to it. You know what I'm talking about? So make sure y'all tap in on Wednesday for that. Tomorrow, I'm going to just be dropping some I'm going to just drop some pre-recorded stuff. I'm going to do a pre-recorded video. You know what I mean? Do some shorts and all of that stuff. Give y'all some content. But you know what I'm saying? I got some things I got to handle all day tomorrow, so I'm going to be busy. But we're going to be doing this on Wednesday. You did. Thursday, we're going to have my girl Yabi on the show. I told you it's going to be the first episode, pilot episode of financial, you know what I'm saying, literacy, you know what I'm saying, Virgil Berry, you know what I'm saying, Stats with the Facts featuring my girl Yabi. We're going to get right to it. It's going to be beautiful. Bring to notebooks. My girl Yabi's a certified bookkeeper. You know what I'm saying? She's a financial advisor. You know what I'm saying? She need to put us on game on how to set up mutual funds and invest your money. You know what I'm talking about? And all type of different things. You know, IRAs and all of that. How to do bookkeeping, set budgets, spreadsheets. You know what I'm talking about? All of that stuff. You know what I mean? We're going to get to it. You know what I'm saying? Giving y'all that real content, stuff that we need, man, stuff that we need to be really learning, man, this financial literacy, man, so we can learn how to diversify our funds so we ain't got to be working for these companies for too long before we can start making our money look like something. We can leave them and then make it do what it do. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you're going to have to watch the playback, Joe. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to watch the playback, Joe. Tap in, walk with us, man. You know what I'm saying? It was a fire show tonight, as usual. You already know, Pops, man. I'm going to hit you up behind the scene. My bro Joe, Mr. O from Chicago, coming through at the last minute, but it's still always on time. And the reason why I say you ain't missed nothing, man, because you can always watch the playback, man. So you ain't missed nothing. You just missed the live. Outside of that, you ain't really missing it. You can always go back, listen to the show, and get that good jewels that was in the host. 2 hours and some change. We're about to get up out here. Wednesday, this is what we get into right here. Live listening party from my brother King L's new album, Trill Vibe Music. Intervision presents on his own independent label. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother King L's, man. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to my brother King L's, man. You know what I'm saying? We grinding and growing in so many areas and aspects, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. You know what I'm talking about? That's why I say y'all go up there, sign up to that Patreon, scrolling across the screen at the bottom, man. Y'all gonna have exclusive access to these live listening sessions and all of that. You hear me? You know. Thanks to all y'all for coming out tonight, man. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, man. You know what I mean? Support the real ones, man. Shout out to my brother, Mr. O. Go subscribe to my brother, Mr. O, right now, man. Go click next to his name and go to his page. Click on this page, man. You know what I'm saying? Go subscribe to my brother Red Supreme TV 1. You know what I'm saying? My brother Mr. O about to go live, man. Go tap in with my brother Mr. O. He about to go live. You know what I'm saying? Tap in with him. Tap in with my brother Red Supreme TV 1 and my brother Red Supreme TV 2. You did. My brother Mr. O with the info going in on the Biden crime family. You know what I'm saying? Go tap in. You understand me? With my big bro, Sir Ism. You did. You know what I mean? Go over there, tap in with Sunkiss, Crazy Self. I'll be one to call Sunkiss fine due to her avatar because I don't really know if that's a little cartoon version of it. She ain't cammed up, so I can't say that. My girl Erica came through, right? My girl Cosmic Mama, you hear me? OG, Uncle Diggity, of course, you know what I'm talking about. My man XL Pro came through. Man, I appreciate the engagement. My man BJ Flytown came through. You know what I'm talking about? Come through, show that support, man. You feel me? Support the real ones, giving y'all real info, real game that you can apply to your life and increase and improve your life. You know what I'm talking about? Smash that like button, click the bell, subscribe to the page, share, and social engineer, man. We gone, man. Fake woke niggas. Hey, man, wake up, man. Stop being woke and wake up, man. Woke is the past tense of awake. You did?
Yeah. E&E.
E&E.
Stacks with the facts.
What up, Stacks?
I got my man Glitch the Guarantee on the track with me.
Glitch the Guarantee.
Yeah. And we bringing this message to you fake woke niggas.
Gotta wake these niggas up, man.
All y'all out there spreading them lies and falling victim to this propaganda.
Niggas believe it.
Hey, Glitch. Let's talk to these niggas. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily, so I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily.
Alarm clock, wake 'em up. Time to wake 'em up.
Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily, so I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily.
Alarm clock, wake 'em up. Time to wake 'em up.
I gotta set the alarm, wake you up from your slumber. Wake 'em up, Floyd and Harry, fake woke niggas, y'all dumbass. Like drop jewels, but people don't pay any attention. Let's E&E the elite, we the wake 'em up henchmen.
A lot of times these woke niggas be really sleep. Shit, the price on a nigga's life is extra real cheap. Only the real for my niggas, we all elite. We made a living eating these rappers, nigga, bon appetit. Yeah.
Pause. Me and my brethren be down for the cause. We gotta come together and tear down all these walls and illusory fault lines like racism and bring light to the woke, just like a baptism.
The congregation spoke. These niggas ain't who they claim to be. A bunch of Peter pop off niggas really be lames to me. Anytime you at war, it's gonna be casualties. The more we come together, it's easy to beat the enemies.
Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily, so I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily.
Alarm clock, wake 'em up. Time to wake 'em up.
Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily, so I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily.
Alarm clock, wake 'em up. Time to wake 'em up. Alarm clock to the woke. Time to wake 'em up. The main initiative should be to get your cake up. You wave riding niggas need life jackets to stay afloat. Meanwhile, I'm blowing on gas straight from the Ivory Coast.
And every post I be hitting y'all with them straight facts. The smart grid is now here. We gotta face that. While they coming with microchips and vaccinations, fake woke niggas perpetuating indoctrination.
Fuck this pandemic. This was the damn gimmicks. Niggas will believe that they mom died if she still living. Open your eyes, nigga. You can see the lies, nigga. We gotta stop letting the blind lead the blind, nigga.
And that's the biggest fact, Glitch. You better tell these niggas this Agenda 2030. It's gonna be hell, niggas. Fuck AOC and her new Green Deal. I'm Neo in this bitch. Who want they red pill?